Welcome to a tutorial of Prof Learning YouTube channel. In this particular video, we are going to have a discussion on the main topics that you need to prepare as far as GCSE Math Foundation Paper 2 is concerned. If you are new to Prof Learning YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that when I'll be uploading more tutorials, when I'll be uploading other areas, you'll be notified. Now we're going to look at what the paper is entails. So something that you need to remember, this paper is 80 marks. As you can be able to see here, the paper is out of 80, and the paper is going to take you 1 hour 30 minutes. So we are going to see what are the main topics, that questions that have been asked in previous years, so that you'll be able to see how you can be able to prepare. Now, we are going to begin with question 1. Here, one of the areas that you need to prepare on is fractions. You can be able to be told to convert fractions to decimals. And also you can be given a decimal and you'll be expected to convert it to a percentage. So which means that 0.7 can be written as 7 over 10. Then times 100 we can be able to get as a percentage like that. If you are supposed to work out this 1 over 5 as a decimal, you just take 1 divide by 5. So you can say, if you are using your calculator, let me just check if I can be able to access my calculator here. If you just take, and you, because this is a calculator paper, so it's 1 divided by 5, you can see your answer is going to be equals to 0.2. So 0.2. You're told to shade 75% of the diagram. So what I did, I counted how many parts of this do we have. We have 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now with this 8, I work out 75% of that, and I got it to be 6. So I shaded 6 sections of that triangles for that particular polygon, so that I could be able to get the part that's going to give us 75%. So you are also told to what is the percentage of people on the train who are not asleep, because you are told the people who are asleep are 21%. So the total number of people in the train are basically what? They are basically 100%. So if you have the people are sleeping, then it means that we can be able to subtract that from 100 to get that. And then you can be given questions whereby you are supposed to arrange them in the order from the smallest to the largest, or from the largest to the smallest, depending on what you are told. And you can see 5 is the smallest, and then followed by 39. Then we have 71 appearing there, and then we have here 122. Then the largest now is going to be 150. So that's what you're supposed to do. Remember to check what are you starting with. Start with the smallest. That is what the question is asking you. Then also here you can be given decimals. You can be given numbers which are also mixed as fraction and decimals and percentages. Then you are supposed to arrange them. Make sure you arrange them in the same format. For instance, if they are mixed with fractions and percentages and decimals, ensure you convert them in the right format so that you can be able to arrange. Write in figures 5084. So that is basically what we are going to have in figures. And then you can be asked to work out the value of a digit in a given number. Then you can see now what the first thing that I did here. I did start by writing the place values. This is ones, and then this is tens, and then we have 3 being 1,000, 100 rather. So meaning that for us to find the value of, you take that digit times the place value of that digit that you are being told. If you are new here, consider subscribing so that anytime I'll be working out more tutorials, you'll be notified. And also you can be able to share this particular channel to your friends to help me reach out more students, and also to help me grow the channel. So in that particular case, a candidate was supposed to write 300 and they could smile away all the way from the exam room with a whooping 1 mark. Will smile away with 1 mark. Let's look at another question. You may be, in this particular exam, you may be asked to convert units in meters, kilometer per hour, unit in speed to a particular unit. So kilometer per hour, convert it to meter per second. So we understand x kilometers per hour. It means that x kilometer over 1 hour. That's what it means. Then you need to convert this 1 hour to seconds, and that is going to be equivalent to 3,600. And check converting this x kilometers to meters, you take x times 1,000, and then if you work it out, you can decide to leave your answer as a fraction. And this a bit more accurate when you leave it like that. Another area is conversion graphs. Conversion graphs is also another area that you might be asked to work out or to use. For instance, here we are given 46 Canadian dollars to pounds. So you can see we have to pounds. So then you're going to go to the section of Canadian dollars. You check where do you have 46. 46 with our scale is approximately at this particular point. So with this particular point, you need to move up. You shall move up all the way, then you can be able to read the reading that you have here. So that becomes 25. Then if you want to convert pounds to Canadian dollars, it means that you need to go where you have pounds, and then you check where you have 10 pounds, then you go across and you get to read the value that is down here. So basically that's what you're supposed to do in this particular question. And if you want to access this paper, you can be able to check the link in the description so that you can be able to access this, you download and you work it out. Now, another question that will appear also under this particular graph is given a value that is really out of the values that we already have here. So the number is so large. So for instance, you can see here, we cannot be able to read 528 euros from the graph direct. So first thing I did, because the graph was pounds and Canadian dollars, so meaning we cannot be able to use euros. So I converted these euros to pounds by dividing, because we are told 1 pound is equals to 1.2 euros from this point here. So with that, I decided to convert these values that we have here by dividing by 1.2, and I got my answer being equivalent to what? 440. So we cannot be able to read 440 pounds because I want to convert. We cannot be able to read 440 from here. So I used 10. I knew what a value is it. 10 pounds is equals to 18. Right? 10 is equals to 18 from this particular part that we did here. So then I asked myself, now, if 10 is equals to 18, 440 will be what? Yeah, so that's the question I asked myself, and I got my answer being equivalent to what? Being equivalent to 792. 792. So basically that's what you are supposed to do whenever you are working out such kind of a question. So basically, I believe at that level, at that point, you are in a position to be able to answer questions related to that. And let's look also, you may be given question to do with conversion. So remember, I'm just trying to look at different areas that you can be asked. So I cannot be able to say there's nobody who understands what will be tested in the exam, but based on the previous years, I curated this so that I can be able to predict. This is not the main paper that you're going to do, but this is just predicting what you expect, what you really, how the exam might look like, and how the way questions have been asked. So the best way to prepare is to ensure that you revise everything across the specification, across the syllabus. So here you may be told to convert these metric units to centimeters. We know 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So meaning that we're going to say 5.48 times 100, and you're going to get 548. Changing milliliters to liters. So the most important thing that as a candidate you are supposed to remember is that 1000 milliliters is equivalent to what? Is equivalent to 1 liter. Then you can now be able to ask yourself, 4600 milliliters will be equivalent to what? Then basically there you are supposed to divide, and if you divide there, you are going to get your answer being equivalent to 4.6 liters. There could be also a question to do with perimeter, and then we are told that this is an isosceles triangle. And what we need to understand is that isosceles triangle base angles are equal, and the two sides of that triangle are also equal. So which means that if you are going to use the concept of perimeter that was provided, we can be able to say perimeter is sum of all the sides around this particular figure that we have here. So what does that mean? That means that if you say 5 plus x should be equals to 32, and then if you solve for x, you are going to get your answer being equivalent to 13.5. You need also to pay close attention to question to do with plotting coordinates and also reading coordinates from a grid. And you can see here we are given different points. We have a point P and we have a point Q, which we are supposed to read their coordinates. So for you to do that, what I need to mention is that you need to check what is on the x-axis down here. You read that, and also you read what is on the y-axis there. So you can see x-axis is 2 and y-axis is 6. Yeah, like that. So those are the two values or the 2 points you are supposed to read at that given point. And then Q is going to be, you can see is 3 here, and then we have -4. So we can be to say -4, -4, 3. So I need to actually correct this. Yeah, this is -4, 3 for Q. Yeah, so -4, 3. So I need to correct this as well. -4, 3, so that it's correct now. Yeah. Then you are supposed to plot, put a cross so that it becomes the figures that we have here could become a rectangle. So which means that if you just join, like for instance, I identified my x will be somewhere here. So meaning if I join like this, and then I join like this here, I join like that, and then I join like this, you can see now that forms a triangle. So it means that our S is at 4.2, and then we are done. We have earned all our marks for that particular part. Question number 7 is a question where you are supposed to enter that information in the calculator. So I believe you can be able to enter that in a calculator so that we can be able to see what it's gonna give us. Yeah, so let me show you how you can be able to enter that information in the calculator. So let's see how you can be able to enter that information in the calculator for you to earn the marks. The main question here, you can see at this point,